And this one is a epic choose your own fantasy adventure where the story is going to be divided into a number of 1-hour quests, and you're going to be completing goals within a quest book in order to try and complete those quests. Players will be using that quest book as well as exploring a grander map in order to make decisions and decide where their path is going to go. But then as soon as you dive into exploring the different areas of the map, or if you're engaging in combat, you're going to be using modular tiles to build out those areas, and you're going to be putting different enemies as well as your characters out on those maps, and then completing skill checks to try and interact with different areas, or in order to determine your success if you go to attack an enemy. And there's going to be all sorts of enemies with different stats and abilities, and pretty much everything you need to engage in combat with that enemy is provided on that enemy's card. And defeating these different enemies, completing different quests, and making new discoveries will earn you experience points, which you can then spend to upgrade your stats or gain new abilities that you can add to your arsenal. That's not the only way you can upgrade your character, because you can also gain different items and weapons, and you can combine them in all sorts of different ways, because you can equip one item to each hand. So you could go with 2 swords, a sword and a shield, or something completely different. The game gives you a ton of different options when it comes to building out your character, but there's also going to be a ton of different options with how you decide to progress the story, because you could play as noble heroes trying to do everything right and making the most ethical decisions all the time, or you could take a more questionable path, choosing to just let the cities burn and then salvage whatever is left over for your own benefit. Of course, every decision you make does have its consequences, and if this one does sound interesting to you, I'll have links in the description below, and you can go ahead and get notified once this campaign launches.